And in that private battle that we mentioned earlier between Dora Luch of Hungary and Natasha Duszewjanek also of Hungary. Well, the next race will be the final of the women's C1 200 metres. And you can see in lane 5 there, that's Alessia Romanesco of Russia. She was the fastest qualifier, 47.017. She won Heat 1 by a second. So it's going to be interesting to see whether this is as close as the race we've just seen. And obviously the level of women's C1 paddling really starting to lift now ahead of the proposed changes that will hopefully, will possibly bring in women's C1 into Tokyo in 2020. Katie Vincent in lane 3, junior world champion in 2014, 20 years old. That's Elena Nazdrova of Belarus in lane 7. Johanna Handrick from Germany out in lane 1, a really versatile paddler, finishing 5th at the Marathon World Championships last year. And here's one to watch out for, Kintur Takac of Hungary, under 23 world champion in C1 200 and C1 500. There's Katie Reid from Great Britain. She's come so far since this time last year. She finished 6th at the under-23 Europeans, 10th at the under-23 Worlds, and now lining up here in this A final at a Senior World Cup in the C1 200 metre final. And that's Lyudmila Luzan of Ukraine in lane 9. Junior world champion in the C1 500. So we've got some champions across the board really as they come forward into the start buckets. So over 200 metres, the men's and the women's K1s have been about a second off the world's best time, a second behind it. So they're out of the blocks in this final of the women's C1 200 metres.
Again, it's so close.
Very, very tight over the first 50 metres as they come towards the last 100. Looking very powerful at the moment. I think that's out in lane 3. That looks like Katie Vincent. She didn't make it through straight through from the heat switch, was a surprise. But Katie Reid from Great Britain on the outside of her looking really good. At the moment it's between Katie Vincent of Canada and Alessia Romanesco of Russia, who is stroking it out in the front. Katie Reid is looking like she could be in contention for a bronze if she stays there.
Yes.
And it will be Katie Vincent of Canada who takes first, ahead of Alessia Romanesco of Russia in second. And I think Katie Reid has just taken her first international medal for Great Britain in the C1 200 metres with the bronze. And a great race by Katie Vincent.
Great race by all these girls. It was so close. Really getting a competitive class now. But awesome for Katie Reid. She's really stepped up.
And Katie and Alessia Romanesco, the Russian athlete in lane 5, they were definitely within sight of each other. Do you sometimes get distracted by another athlete in the corner of your eye?
I think your peripheral vision can play havoc with you, and you need to, again, just focus on that finish line, because you need to get there before you can worry about what everyone else has done or doing. But yeah, I'm sure they were fully aware of each other. And neck and neck all the way to the line, aren't they?
And just looking at how, like you say, neck and neck, how close that racing is, how impressed have you been with the rise in the level of women's seaboat paddling?
Every international we've gone to, firstly the numbers increased massively, and actually the standard is definitely there, and can't walk away and say that wasn't a competitive race. That was incredible by all the girls in that final, fighting it all the way to the line.
And most of them pretty young as well. I mean, Katie Vincent just